They'll be calling you a radical. Obey, consume, obey, consume, obey, consume. Give me that ring in there. No soup can. Give me that other soup can, producer. So let's talk salmon today. Let's talk the collapse of the wells. How long must I sing this song? Shot rings out in Memphis sky. We don't learn. I mean, we've went so psychotic, obey, consume, over the past 40 years. Do you know in 1980 the United States was considered consumption freak junkies, and we consume 12% of the world's product. We're consuming 46%. You didn't think there was a byproduct. So there's lots of data out showing why are these diseases mutating from animals to people. The agricultural mega dairies. Do you know how much milk we dump down the drain a day? Why are we subsidizing that grotesque poison? They feed it to the kids every day, all day. These sickening government contracts have been around forever. You know, so now what? So,
hi.
Move out.
No.
Move out.
No.
Come on, you're right in front of the camera. So, the over-agricultural subsidies, you know, the welfare queens. So, the Monsanto Roundup. Give me that fiddle. You can play the soup can. It's wrong burned. Where's your fiddle? So, how about Fukushima? So let's talk salmon and wells. So the gray wells are the longest migration, 10,000 miles. As they started, it was my work that started first reporting. I mean, all the marine biologists, all the people that claim they work for the, you know, Steve resigned at the Monterey Aquarium and bolted because of this. He says, I wish I'd have listened to you. You know, it was my work in the old retired. I will quote the old retired marine biologist in the Monterey. Kevin, me and my husband waiting for you. I'm the ex-chair at UCLA Marine Biology Department. My husband's the ex-marine biologist dean at Stanford. Our children are both marine biology chairs, deans at universities. We're not even on speak. They don't care. They could care less. We have our little rowboat, Kevin. The Grays are birthing in Monterey Bay. 2015. So they travel all the way, clear the northern Alaska, all the way to Mexico and the lagoon. They birth there, and they head home. They started birthing just like the orcas stopped birthing in 2015. The baby boomers they had too. After that, nothing. Starvation. So for the first time in history, here, that's okay. So the wells. This is coming from my post-ignorance army, the post-ignorance project, asymmetric to the Manhattan Project. They turned on the faucet and killed the world. Obey, consume, get in your FEMA camp, do what we say, and everybody goes along. So, he said, they start noticing out at Point Reyes just pods of, by the dozens, if not hundreds, of wells together, grays, heading home 2 months early. I said, yeah, that's because they never made it to Mexico. In Mexico, there's a few that made it there, some. But, I mean, come on. It doesn't just presto magic. And they stopped birthing. So, they're out of food. So let's talk salmon numbers. This is important stuff. First off, this cycle, Trump and Congress get this. So there's a new nuclear waste dump site out West 12th Street in Utah. This county commissioner who stole $20 million for it. Where's the FBI? Where's the FBI? Oh, there's a report. The Standard Examiner has filed suit after suit to get the investigation, which is legal in Utah. He's filed suit to block it. So we don't even get to see our own information, our own investigation. They stole millions. Federal grant money, $20 million. There's a nuclear waste bill at the end of what? By the way, the Romney clan's in on it. For real. So Trump says this week the NRC is going to dereg and start dumping nuclear waste into municipality landfills. You heard me right. You heard me right. You know, and I'm having trouble here. Back off. Come on. Give Grandpa a little room. There, soup can killer. Oh, look, you caught a salmon. You got one. Look, you got one. Hold him up. Come on. You really did catch one. Hold it up. Come on, you got one. You're a pretty good fisherman. Look, your Trump troll. Salmon like to eat Trump trolls? I didn't know they ate that. All right, good catching. All right, you're a pretty good fisherman. Careful, don't hit that paper and rip it. There's salmon guy. So, they're going to start dumping nuclear waste in a municipality. I mean, seriously. Just like the truckers. They pulled all restrictions. Truckers can drive 24/7 without sleep for 10 days right now. Kill you when they're driving. I mean, this is their wet dream right now that's going on. Agenda 21? Agenda 20. And I like how you think Trump's not that. Trump is that. I mean, talk about a Trojan horse. He went to Jared. The Trojan white horse prophecy. Joseph Smith had a vision 200 years ago. Oh, my God. I mean, they pulled it off. They've pulled it off. Who would have believed it? Fukushima building nuclear reactors on the Ring of Fire. It was only a matter of... Everybody, it's weapons lab, it's this, it's that. No. The meltdowns of Fukushima. Look, you don't think nuclear meltdowns, this energy that's never happened, you think that's all just craziness? 60 Minutes. Lake Barry, who I know personally, to Leslie Stahl. Well, what is it? It's right there. It's buried into the earth. It's in the Pacific Ocean. What is it? Don't know. Never happened before. We'll clean this up like going to the moon. Way bigger than that. You don't think this, which I named Fuktonium, you get some Roundup. Here in Rocky Flats, Colorado. Let's get your smallpox blankets out. These are the same monsters that killed the natives. Same people cut down the totem poles. Same people that killed the buffalo. Same people that killed the carrier pigeon. Same people that freaking killed all the wildlife. This is an acute collapse. You didn't think anything when the mosquitoes collapsed. You didn't think anything when the virus. This is all acute. Post-Fukushima. Great Salt Lake goes right. Great Salt Lake was at normal level. Trees all died. The pine trees sucked up too many. All acutely, in historic fashion. You didn't think it happened to people? So now the mutation, we know this mutation came from seafood at the wet market. That's been verified. It's mutated. It's going to keep happening. We found cesium in the tuna study in 2011. This is before I got cancer. In San Diego. Stay tuned. I mean, I predicted every bit of this, including this economic collapse, almost to the day. Play back the tape. It's amazing, son of Cassandra. I mean, I'm invisible. I really am the son of Cassandra. You know, and every time I think my ship's going to come in, it sinks. Thank you, everybody, supported the historic work, you know. So, salmon numbers. Oh, you catch and release. So the salmon numbers... Now, this is the smoking gun. We don't count dead tide pools. Kevin Blanchard does. We don't. I walked up. Hundreds of hours of historic at the most lowest time. Talk about a PhD. How about my salmon work? The salmon work. Everybody's we have record returns. Wait a minute. They live in the ocean. The steelhead already started to collapse. Steelhead go to sea for 1 to 2 years. Where's your steelhead shoot? And by the way, Idaho's still fishing. They're insane. Idaho wants to kill the lot. Well, getting down with Ezra Pound. He was born there. So was I conceived there. So, stay with me.
Get the troll off.
What do you do? Oh, you want him off?
Mm-hmm.
The Trump troll? It's bad bait. Fish don't like it.
Mm-mm. It's too ugly.
You're going to have to take a knife and just cut it. You got a knife?
Yeah, I'll go grab my knife.
Hold on. Don't cut your hand off there, soup can guy. So, they started to collapse on cue. I'm like, no. Record returns, you can look it up. ODFW, WFW, Army Corps engineers are doing videos. Yeah. Now think about this. Post-Fukushima, Army Corps engineers crashes a lifetime. So I have friends that are fishing on the mouth of Columbia every day. They're fishing today. Every day. He said 50 boats out there. 50 boats, the best fishermen in the world. At prime time right now, it's April. They're not even getting a bite. No one's getting a bite. They're not catching a fish. So, stay with me. They go to sea for 5 years on average, shrink salmon. Where's my salmon big picture? My Tim Martin picture. My Bear Monsanto. Imagine that. Here it is. That's what they look like. 2 Kevin Blanch activists. Hope this gets the Salt Lake Guide business off the ground. Remember, I was going to do my fishing guides on the Great Salt Lake. Fishermen can't fish. Skiers who can't ski. Surfers who can't surf. I mean, America, the cliche. Monterey Bay, a cliche California theme park. You know, maybe the animals have a chance now. We get the friendship lockers off with their friendship slaves. Yeah, I love Fifi and Fufu. They're friendship slaves. Why do they have that? Because they can't communicate with another person. They can't have any compensation or conceptual idealism or any, you know, love or cultural relationships with other people. No, because divide and conquer. Don't mix the elephants with the donkeys. Hate thy neighbor. Covet thy neighbor's Walmart shit. So they get a friendship slave on a leash. I mean, talking about cruelty to animals. Oh, my God. Walk them on the beach. Yeah, Fifi and Fufu love the turtles. Oh, God. Poor animals. So, the salmon. Record returns in 2015. 1.4 million. The Columbia River, 2.5 miles wide. 400 rivers, the biggest tributary, biggest drainage on the face of the earth. The salmon live in the Pacific Ocean. They just came out of Nile a year and a half ago and finally admitted Kevin Blanch's work, yes. So I hold ODFW. I call him on the phone. I talk to him constantly. So Army Corps Engineers started cheating and crashing their number. Army Corps Engineers classified Kevin Blanch. Well, I got classified in the FICA court on Fukushima by the Obama administration. The Trump administration took it to earnest. Net neutrality, killed our view count, took us out of the equation. You know, that's all Trumpism. Obama, the handoff of a bee. They're dumb puppets. So, record returns, 1.4 million. I says, no. ODFW based on escapement. That's the little fish that get out. So what do you got on here? What are you trolling for? What kind of bait you got? Oh, yeah. Here. That's a real hook you got on there, ain't you? Is it catch and release? You got one. You got off! That's not a hook. So, anyway, based on escapement, ODFW, WFW, the University of Washington, everybody that tracks this, spends millions of dollars, get government grants, they have boys, NOAA. They're very accurate. Their models have been built for decades. They expected 1.7 million in 2017. I'm screaming my head off, going over, getting millions of views in those days. I said, no. I set my projection at 680,000. Boom, they come in at 688,000. Whoop, once is luck. Second year, their projection, based on escapement, ODFW, WFW, NOAA, projects 2.1 million. I project 480,000. Play back the tape here. It comes in at 483,000. Whoa, once is luck, twice is skill. You know? Okay, they're at Fukushima denial still. Trees are collapsing, typals are dead. So then, here comes the next year. They project theirs at between 2.3 and 2.7 million. Oh, yeah, it's just an aberration. Warm water, they're late. And by the years, I says, I project at 333,000. The 33rd suit can, Kevin Blanch. They come in at 336,000. Is that even possible? Anybody can be that accurate? Oh, I did it, Son Cassandra. 3 years in a row. What? Then they start to panic and freak out. We've gone from 1.4 million to 333,000. So the next year, I project 220,000. They start to come out of denial and start lower projections. After the fact, 1.2 million. They're down to 900,000. They're lower to. So then they immediately emergency closed gill netting. They closed it. Oh, you got a fish net, huh? You're gill netting now, huh? Oh, you're spearing them. All right. Got him. So I've talked to everybody. Tim Martin, who's such an historic fishing guide, half salmon. He's born and raised there. It's always done his whole life. These people that I'm tied with the entire fishing community of Oregon, Washington. I mean, the fisher of the fishery. So they says you could take out half. They quit gill netting. I says, I set my projection at 220,000 lower to 180. So I says, okay, then that should double my projections at 360. Yeah, that's right. Been verified, sure shit, 360. That should double there. They doubled theirs to 1.8 million. I'm on, dead on. So this year I project it again at 180,000. It's going to be worse than that. They projected theirs, they finally come out of denial, they've lowered to 800 and something thousand. We have 78 in the Columbia today. Now, we use sonar. We count every salmon. All salmon come home. They're born there, getting down with Ezra Pound. They make it all the way to Idaho. They used to make it to Duck Valley, Utah, here. Not that long ago. You know? I mean, when the Pacific Ocean collapses and all that species, the insects all collapse, USS Reagan sent in, covered up. I'm there every day. The second in command, one of the top brass, anyway, it's a female, jacket. Her daughter gave me that coat. What a historic piece. She died of leukemia. So many of them have died of leukemia. How'd you like to be on a ship right now? You know? So Trump's going to adopt nuclear waste. You know, and where's the FBI? Where is the FBI? $20 million missing from the Weber County. That's a federal grant on a road out there. They build a nuclear waste dump site. The Romneys are in on it. This mega Derry Gibson, who's running head of the agriculture department, head of the DNR, stole it. Investigation proves it. What? They says, well, we know he did it, but we just don't have enough. We're going to kick it to the FBI. Where's the FBI? They build a nuclear waste up. Now Trump dereds? I mean, this Klan? You're going to start dumping nuclear waste into municipality dump sites. Oh my God. What now? It's like this right here. I saved this for a reason. This is the insanity of Utah. The biggest mule deer in the world are right here on Antelope Island. They don't hunt them. What do you got there? Oh, you're fishing with a baseball glove now? Put it up there so people can see you're fishing with a baseball glove. That ain't a bad idea. So they auction off. I did the restoration on the old building out there. I'm an old plaster. I did the restoration. You go up there to sun up, these biggest beasts come up and eat out of your hand. And people used to, there was a little one used to run around, they'd pet it. So they auctioned to this guy $285,000 to come murder him. That's not honey. That's not white. So I jumped to DNR. I jumped to Utah. I said, why would you do it? Renewable resource. I says, renewable? No. What, just like a redwood? Takes 5,000 years. They're not renewable resources. That's a beast. Why would you kill that? Why don't you go to Hogle Zoo and just shoot one like that? By the way, the famous sea lion got cancer at Hogle Zoo in Utah right at the same time I did and died. How about Karen Silkwood? Nora got leukemia the same time I did that made that movie. Where's Meryl Streep stepping up for her? She died in 2011, 2012. She had the exact same time. Remember I dyed my hair blue, in honor of her if I come out of the bone marrow transplant center? So why would they do such a thing? These are sick, degenerate bastards. Jesus coming back. Well, I hope he hurries the bleep up, and I hope he wears a mask. What kind of freak show is this? We're living in the Twilight Zone. I never believed it. Got him? Speared him? He must be a good native boy here. Got him. All right, so that's what's going on. So the salmon claps, I'm going to do that. Public television in Canada's contacted me. They finally woke up. They're freaking out in Canada. And so I'm going to do an hour-and-a-half interview next Sunday. I'll post the link. I'm having trouble posting links because I'm working off an iPad because I don't have a hard drive anymore. I don't even have a computer because I always use the university. Everything's closed. So I'm having difficult. I can't forward to my Twitter account. Go ahead and do it for me. I can't forward to my Facebook. If anybody could, please post these videos to my Facebook. I'm having a nightmare. We're shut down. I don't like to have Wi-Fi in my house. I usually use a public space like the university to upload my videos and stuff because I don't want to sleep in Wi-Fi. We have enough radio roundup and trying to protect our kids, What are our kids supposed to do psychological? Obey, consume, obey, consume, obey, consume. You think this is a normal the way you live. It's not normal. This is a freak show. And there's a byproduct for this incredible psychotic, they call us consumption junkies in Europe. It's this psycho show. We're consuming 46% of the world. We're so over the top. Our slave-made goods coming in from China. They're still coming from Amazon. Get your Bezos. Oh, God. This is a freak show we live in. The debt, you ignore it. Fukushima. So now we're getting mutations into animals. It's Fukushima. I'm here to tell you. The smoking gun is the salmon. They're dying at sea. Wouldn't that concern you when the entire Pacific Ocean collapses? Oh, my God. And nobody cares. You remember when I had all my... think about the work. I've tried. A lot of people have tried. Thank you for supporting this historic work. But we've really tried. This is my favorite sign right here. Oh, no, it isn't. That's the kids. Got to protect our children. Try. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. With what I have. Pretty amazing. No one seems to care. You're living a freak show. The ultimate I saw yesterday. That was the ultimate I saw. Place is getting out of control. We got to clean this art studio up.
there, little Kev.
How long? My mom was the famous pinup artist. My mom was an incredible artist, and she knew Vargas personally, and she used to always say, because I was a good artist when I was young. So God, Vargas wasn't that good, Kevin. He couldn't draw hands. His hands were like claws. And then this come out. She saw it. She hurried, bought it, gave it to me. She says, I told you couldn't draw hands. You know. So Rick Ocasek dies. Benjamin Orr died. I mean, so many of these celebrities and so many of these people are dying because their money's not. I mean, everybody thought their money. Remember all this? You know, the grandstanders. You know, stop it. I'm Bruce Springsteen. I'm all of them. I don't care. What do you got now? Last salmon. Oh, okay. How did that get on? All right. So the salmon collapse. You didn't think it had happened to people? Oh, they passed out the smallpox blankets. It's Fukushima. You just completely ignore the greatest ecological catastrophe in human. Oh, it's just three multiple. Now Trump says we're going to dump it. Where is the West 12th Street $20 million? There's a nuclear waste dump set built right at Promontory. They take it right down 12th Street. County commissioner gets investigated. You know, all this money's missing. 20 right here in Weber County. This corrupt nothing. It's a club. They all circle. I mean, Mitt Romney announced his candidacy right there. You know, he owns Grassy Mountain right there. Bain Capital. How about Stericycle? Oh, Dirty Herbie announced the Stericycle's got to move out of Bountiful. They burned Mad Cow into the atmosphere by 2018. They're still there. What year is it? I mean, you didn't think this is going to happen? This is just going to keep happening. I don't know how we stop. I mean, how we handle it. You know, be strong. But mutations from the, I mean, we mutated the freaking world. What are you doing with that knife on the stick? Oh, you're going to stab him? Don't stab him. Oh, you got him. All right. Did you kill the last salmon? He's the last one in the sea. All right. Stand tuned. So next Sunday I'll be on an hour and a half talking. They're freaking out finally in Canada. They're like, you know, because their runs are a little bit earlier than ours. You know, ours are in earnest right now on the Columbia. It's been a catastrophe. They go to sea for 5 years. The smoking gun of Fukushima. Look, mystified, baffled, stumped, perplexed. That doesn't get it in science. You have to do the work. That's not science. In fact, that's asymmetric science. That's hyperbole. That's bullshit. What I've done is real science. I mean, first you hypothesize knowledge, then you do the work. I mean, me on mine, Nobel Prize. Wow. Don't poke holes in the ceilings. Don't get grandpa, boy. Stand tuned. That's what he calls me. All right. All right, little Kev, let's go get some oatmeal. Got to keep our immune system strong, right? Mm-hmm. Gonna play baseball today? Mm-hmm. All right. Stand tuned.
Grandpa.
What?